Merry meet Pisces, Pisces sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Pisces starting today, the 6th of December, 2024. This is Ariel, and today I am reading with this Metanoia Marseille Tarot deck, and I've already purified with this beautiful Vervain by Provence Santé. You can find links to purchase these products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel, should you desire. Let's see what's in the cards for you gorgeous Pisces. Starting out with the Judgment card, followed by the Queen of Wands, and then the 8, 2, 4, 6, 8 of coins. Nice. Well, you deserve this. I know it's been tough for some of you Pisces, and this looks like a nice new day, nice new opening. I love this Judgment card. That is a brand new day. Remember that song from The Wiz, Can You Feel a Brand New Day? Well, that's you. You've got a brand new day. You've got a day meaning a new phase in your life. And it's not so much what's happening, but how you are. You're at that point where it really doesn't matter what's happening so much, that you're just committed to seeing the truth. You're committed to seeing things as they really are rather than reactively. And when you are just committed to that, even if you don't always get it right, which it looks like you're doing pretty well though, even if you don't always get it right, you are in the right frame of mind to be taught, to be guided, to be shown better ways of perceiving your life, and better ways of interacting with your life in a big way. So that, yeah, you do end up seeing, this is talking about, yeah, you do end up seeing some new manifestations. Things really do work out for you, but that's secondary. And it's almost as if you're learning the secret that rather than certain manifestations are going to make me happy, my being happy is going to instigate certain manifestations. So you're going for the happiness first, because that's your birthright, is to be happy. And you are understanding, it's so theoretical until you get a real visceral understanding, like what appears to be happening here for many of you, is that happiness is not dependent on your circumstances. And that, in fact, when you withdraw from having a reaction to your circumstances and you just go for the joy, you go for the happiness, not happy because of anything going on outside of you, but happy because you're you. Happy because you were created, happy because you have a wonderful relationship with your inner world. Then the manifestations start to just change, and you didn't even try. It wasn't what you were going for. So I don't know if that's what you're feeling right now, but you're really primed for that experience. So you may want to just kind of keep your mind open to that idea. Now, this Queen of Wands is so telling because it's you doing what you love to do for the joy of it. Not because it's necessarily going to make you money, although it will. And we'll talk about the money in a second. But that's not why you're doing it. And that's why it's going to make the money. If you were going for the money, you wouldn't be doing it in the way you're doing it. So doing it for the joy of doing it, regardless of if you ever make a penny at whatever it is this is about. And for some of you, this may not be a money-making venture. For some of you, it may just be, it may be something that's not financially oriented, something that you just do. So maybe you're painting and you're not interested in selling your paintings or whatever. But that the immersion in whatever these things are that you're so good at and that you love to do are prosperous energy. So even if you don't make the money directly from the things that you're doing, the money's got to come. There's no way that it can't. It has to, because you've got the right energy. Now, what you can do to increase that and to make sure of that is to mind your attitude while you are letting go of money. You know, that big bill comes and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I have enough money for it, but boy, that depleted my bank account. Instead of thinking that way, just say, yay. I am so grateful for this chance to outflow, because I know that whatever goes out is coming back multiplied. I'm so happy. And I'm so happy that I had the money for it. I'm so happy for the thing I bought or the expense. Things. There's no such thing as just an empty expense where you don't get something in exchange for it. They don't just take money for nothing, right? So if you had a big expense, it was for something. So there's something good that you got in return for it, regardless of what your mind is trying to tell you. Focus on the good. Focus on that. And when you do that, it's not just a way to feel better, although, as we've discussed before, feeling better is all you need. But it's more than just that. It is directing the energy, that monetary energy, and telling it what you want more of. If you're bitching, moaning, and screaming about it, the money's saying, "Oh, okay, more to bitch, moan, and scream about. On it, we're on it." But if you are really disciplined into showing yourself and the universe that your attitude is imperturbable about anything, and that nothing can stand in the way of your gratitude and your happiness, then all that does is show that money got it. Going to bring more to be happy and grateful about. 10 of Swords. See, right in the, you say, "Oh, you're so good at this. I'm so happy for you." So this 10 of Swords, everybody else, right, that went through what you went through the bad thing, most people would be coloring their mind, and they'd throw more of that energy into the future, and they'd have more of that to contend with, and it would be a vicious cycle, so that they could be right about how screwed up the whole world is and how bad their life is and how unlucky they are and nothing ever works for them, and they'd be right. They'd be right, and everybody'd be feeling sorry for them, and all that would happen. You stopped. You possibly, I'm not sure exactly how this happened, but it's as if you noticed the trend of that possibly happening, because something horrible probably happened. It doesn't look like this was fun, whatever was going on, but there was a lot of that going on with you. I remember. I've been reading for you for quite a while. But something in you said, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to react to it. I'm just not. It's just like, whatever. Sometimes when it gets so bad that you just laugh at it, it's just like, okay, whatever. That's the turning point, because your energy changes, and then you wake up. That's this trumpet waking you up out of your slumber, waking you up out of your nightmare, where you can say, "Oh, everything is good. It doesn't matter what seems to be happening outside of me. I don't care. Bring it on. Do your worst. There's nothing you can do. I am imperturbable. You cannot upset me." And when you can just find that, even for an inkling, even if it's only for a millisecond, everything changes. Everything churns. Now, your first, it looked like you had some sort of an opening to that energy, and then all of a sudden the ego said, "Yeah, well, where is it? Where's the manifestation?" And that's when you have to say, "I am doing what I'm doing for the love of doing it. I don't need anything in return for it." Like when people talk about tithing, you don't tithe. It's okay to know that that's part of it, and sometimes just to learn how to give and then have an openness so that you receive. You can claim it. You can say, "Yes, here's my $100. I claim my $1,000 return." That is a good way to start learning how to do that. But ultimately, you tithe just because you want to give, because of the joy of giving. And you know that it's coming back to you, but you're not keeping track of it. You know it's coming back to you, but that's not why you're giving it. You're giving it because it feels good. And this is the same thing that's going on with your whatever this work is. At first, the ego says, "Well, where's the money?" Or "How will it make you money?" Or "What are you going to get in return for that?" And your job right now is to remember the awakening you've just recently had and say, that's not my mindset. I'm not thinking that like that. I'm doing it because I love to do it. I'm letting the recompense take care of itself. It's none of my business. I'm just out of that. I'm out of that completely. I don't care. I know that all is well. I know everything is working out for me perfectly, and I'm going to lean into doing what I love. And I'm just going to get into the joy of it and let everything else take care of itself. Now, this guardian angel is watching over you at all times. You've got two angels in this reading. They are always watching over you. You are not unattended. But remember that angels are not ever going to attack you. So they may be guarding you, they may be watching over you, they may be at the ready, but unless you give them permission, unless you give them an opening, it's always just pure potential for you. And if you don't like the word angel, that's fine. Whatever you want to call it, that helpful energy, it can just be a part of your own superconscious mind. That's a nice way of thinking of it too. But let's just call it angels just because it's easy. So what you can do is you can say, I know that there are angels all around me, and I call upon you to bring to me all the blessings that you would have me have. Show me how to live my life in the happiest way. I am open and receptive to my highest good here and now, and I just want to be happy. All I care about is being happy, and I know you can show me how to do that. And then your ego doesn't really have much to say anymore. I mean, it can try, but really at that point, you're so solid with your relationship to this higher power that you just go about your business every single day, staying very focused, very aware of how joyous what you do is. All aspects of it are joyful. And anything that isn't joyful, you can ask for help. That's why you've got all of this help available to you. Just say, I don't like this. I want to like it, but I don't like it. And the angel's response usually is, here, I've got a potion for that. Just mixing up a potion. Here's a Pisces potion. Okay, I'm mixing it up just for you. Drink this, and it'll fix it. And then, and how will that come? What form will that come? I don't know. Sometimes that'll come in the form of a great bookkeeper because you don't like to keep your books, maybe, or it'll come as a great housekeeper because you don't like to clean your own toilets, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, there's help that comes to you so that you can stay focused doing what you love to do, and then the money comes. The money has to come, but not because you're impatient about the money. You stop thinking about the money. You stop thinking about the money, and anytime you're interacting with money, you do it in such a grateful, happy, positive way that money then becomes such a joy for you, which it hasn't been the case. I can tell it hasn't been the case, and it will be the case because you are doing so well, even though you had no reason to do well from the ego's point of view. The ego, had thought, oh, good, we've got Pisces. This really sucks. We can keep them in this sucky energy for a long time on this one. And you just said, no, I'm not doing that. And you've changed your mind. And now all you really have to do is remind yourself to accept the assistance as it's coming to you. Keep your mind on the joy, regardless of whether it's on your work or whether it's on what you're interacting on with your money, and then stop with the impatience, stop with the old way of being, and just let things unfold for you so beautifully. Drink that elixir, drink that wonderful medicine. The cool thing about angelic medicine is it doesn't taste bad; it tastes delicious. So you're doing great. I love this reading for you, and I am so happy for you. Thank you for spending some time with me. I so appreciate you. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another reading, Pisces. Until then, blessed be.